Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Moving up with the Miclettes.
Moving on up.
And for all of you that have watched, shared the videos over the last year, we definitely appreciate all that love and all that support. And everyone that has dropped comments on all of the videos, sharing how much our content has been helpful, or just put things in perspective, or that you can relate to it, much appreciated. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Big hearts, big hearts.
Yes. My name is Joseph.
My name is Sherri.
And today we have a great piece of information that will hopefully help you for the upcoming 2022.
Yes. So today is just 6 tips to help you tackle 2022 in regards to your finances. Got it?
6 tips.
6 tips.
All right, babes. So what you got for number 1?
So number 1 is to plan your money's path. So since most people apparently are allergic to the B word, you know, that's that word that nobody wants to say. So we gave it a nicer name. Plan your money's path, meaning tell it where you want to go.
Yep. So some of us have heard the analogy or the comparison that each dollar is like a worker. And so you want to put your money to work. And that means put every dollar to work. And that means that you're putting that dollar to work to make more dollars. And so if you can take that money and put it in the direction that you want it to go, you have control over that. And we can designate where we want it to go, how we want it to grow, and how it can make more money for us in the future.
And as the other analogy says, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So once again, plan where you want your money to go. Plan your money's path.
There you go. Now, what we got for number 2? Número 2.
So number 2 is focus on you. So that means stop worrying about everybody else.
That's right.
Don't focus on IG. Don't focus on what you see on YouTube and people, you know, stuffing envelopes and having all kinds of money and their investment accounts are up in the, you know, millions. And
how many cars they have in their driveway.
Yes.
How many Jordans they have in their closet.
You got something on your chest? You want to get up?
I'm just saying.
So the point is to focus on you. You can focus on everybody else, but what does that do? Takes time and energy off of yourself and focusing on somebody else. Yep. So if you put that time and energy into yourself and what you can accomplish and what you want to obtain for yourself and your family, then that's, you know, that will help you succeed in the long run. So, and that also includes focusing on what you want for the new year, not the goals of somebody else, not what, you know, you can accomplish based on what they do, but what you can accomplish based on yourself.
And to your point, that even means that you can write down your goals. And as you mentioned earlier, if you can write it down, you start believing it, you start seeing it regularly, it starts going into your mind, and that becomes something that you become focused on, recognizing that the new year is upon us. That becomes a reality that you want to make sure that you're successful in. So start thinking about how you can focus on the goals by maybe writing them down.
All facts.
For number 3, número 3.
Number 3 is start a financial challenge. So we all know at the end of the year, most people, what are their goals for the new year? Starting a weight loss challenge. So they go out, they get all new equipment, they get all new gear, they start looking up meal plans, deciding what they want to buy at the store for food and how they want to cook it.
Meal preps.
They get prepared, right? Because the more prepared you are, the better you'll succeed. So in regards to your finances, maybe start a financial plan. Start small. If it's something, if your income is not high as you want it, granted, you know, you can start with something like the dollar challenge. So every time you go spend something and you get dollars, put those in a little bucket. You know, so by the end of the year, those will build up and you can have hundreds of dollars potentially that you can put towards something to meet a goal. Or if it's something and you're saying, well, I don't know if I could do the dollar challenge, maybe start with the nickel challenge. So that just means doubling the, you know, increasing however many nickels you put per day and letting that last for the entire year. So that's somewhere you can end up making up to, you know, over $1,000 doing something like that.
Now, isn't that something like maybe what you're thinking about letting the folks know about?
Yeah. So come the new year, I think the nickel challenge as well as the Crayola challenge, which is something that, you know, I kind of thought of that I wanted to implement, as well as maybe doing the 100 envelope challenge, but we'll see. So yeah, just starting, make saving fun, make,
Yes.
earning money
Yes.
and bringing in new money, fun, so yeah, sometimes you just get money and you want to invest it and all that, but maybe have a goal saying, I want to get $500 and then I want to invest it, but have a fun way of how you save that money. Do something fun with the kids. Like, oh, when I drive down the street, if it's around Halloween, if I see, pumpkins, I'll put $5 in a container. Something like that. Just think outside the box, be creative, start a challenge, and, do something to make things fun.
Fun. F-U-N.
Another way to maybe obtain some motivation, take a look at a couple of YouTube channels, like Our Rich Journey. They talk about a whole bunch of investing and ways to put your money and just cool ways to, come up with saving, as well as Rochelle Adamson budgets. And we also like watching Earn Your Leisure. Yeah. So just, watch YouTube. YouTube University is real. It's real, folks.
Número 4.
So number 4 is accountability. So as we mentioned before, there's so many channels for you to watch to obtain the knowledge that you need in regards to budgeting, investing, starting a sinking fund. But the point is, you make the effort and you become accountable with your own money.
Many people seek accountability partners, and many people seek accountability to come from someone other than themselves. And something that I share with my students and my athletes is this concept that if you start waiting for other people to hold you accountable, you've already fallen behind, because you have to be the first person holding yourself accountable. If you start waiting for somebody else to hold you accountable, then you've already fallen behind, because other people aren't going to always hold you accountable. So I understand that having an accountability partner can be fun, and it makes it feel like, hey, I'm not in this alone, which is great. However, at some point, we have to recognize that we are responsible for our own actions. And with that comes this idea of doing your best. And I think sometimes we feel like we have to be held accountable by somebody else because we're going to fail on our own. Yeah. And we have to accept failure sometimes, right? Because through failure, we find success. And when we try our best, regardless of whether or not we're feeling 100% or 50%, giving 100% of what you've got is the definition of giving your best. Right? Number 5. Número 5.
I was waiting for that. All right. So number 5 is planning ahead. So, for example, I've already kind of planned our budget basically up until the middle of January because I'm kind of obsessive like that.
Pretty much.
But, our monthly incomes are kind of standard in regards to what we make with our 9-to-5 jobs, but the outside money, that's different. So I normally just plan, our monthly incomes. I get paid bi-weekly. Joe gets paid once a month. So since I know that, I kind of have to plan ahead in regards to if certain bills are going to come out, or, where the money from that is going to come from. So once again, plan ahead. So if okay, I have a big bill coming out at this point, give yourself enough time to either decide, do I want to start a sinking fund for it, or am I just going to budget it from the rest of our, paycheck, and then I'll just have rollover money. So planning ahead can be very essential in regards to keeping your budget on the right track. Failure to plan means you plan to fail. Another great tactic is potentially planning your year out. So getting your calendar, writing down all your big bills that you're going to have. Once again, this is the time to decide, if you're starting your sinking funds or if you're going to budget them out throughout the month. Just knowing what's coming in advance just makes you feel a lot more prepared, and you'll be able to feel a little bit more successful if you already have that money. You don't have to potentially go into debt to pay for it, or put it on a credit card. But if you put it on the credit card, as long as you have the money to pay it off, then it shouldn't really be a big deal.
Yeah. They call it financial planning for a reason.
Yes.
That word is there for a reason. Just saying.
So's the B word.
The financial B word.
But
Number 6. Número 6.
Number 6 is focus on your needs and not your wants. We know everyone says that. And that is so hard because I want the 2022, Range Rover Sport. In white, fully loaded, but do I need it? I mean, So focus on your needs, needing like an emergency fund. Yeah. It feels so good every month to see our emergency fund growing and to see our investments growing, to see our savings account growing.
And then to see our debt falling.
Yes, to see our debt diminishing and, every month we're able to, bring in extra money to just help us reach our goals, help us build our wealth for, our family. And the wants, they're there. They'll always be there. We don't, deprive ourselves. We do allow ourselves to purchase certain things or be like, okay, well, let's save up for this, and that'll be specifically for that.
Or even to save up for experiences, right? Events, things that we do as families, right? It's not always about purchasing a good. It's not always about purchasing something that you want that is some sort of a thing that you're not going to use in a week, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes it is about planning to spend money on an event or a very memorable moment in which you get to enjoy. In other words, having an experience, but not always purchasing an item.
The point is to focus on your needs.
Yeah.
So when you focus on your needs, that actually cuts out a lot of clutter, because Americans are, out of the whole entire world, the country with the most self-storage units in the world. And why is that? Because we're so focused on consumerism and wanting to purchase things and seeing things that other people have and wanting that. If we just focus on, okay, well, I don't need it. I like the space that I have in my home. I don't want to have to keep putting stuff in storage, paying extra money just because I wanted it. But if it's in storage, that means you didn't need it because you're not utilizing it.
And that's different from people who are in transition, right? Like, let's keep it real. That's not the same thing as families or individuals who are between housing or transitional housing, right? And you have to put things in storage, or you're consolidating and you're planning to move into a different home. That's not the same thing that we're talking about, right? That's different. What we're really referring to and what Sherri's talking about is purchasing stuff just to collect more stuff.
Yeah.
And you have nowhere to put it. You run out of space. You run out of home. Your garage is full from top to bottom, floor to ceiling, and now you need more space, right? That's what we're referring to. And so we have to then scale back and ask ourselves, do we really need it?
Exactly. Is it going to be utilized? Am I going to get my money's worth, or am I going to purchase it and then put it somewhere where, one, I don't even use it. I don't see it. It's just collecting dust.
So hopefully we were able to provide you with a few useful tips and some information that really makes you think about how you can go into 2022 and make it a very successful year, not just for yourself, but also for your finances, and maybe continue into the next years thereafter. And so if you did find value in this content, and we did provide you with some gems that hopefully you can, utilize and implement in your daily lives and going into the next year, let us know. Drop a comment. Let us know what your thoughts are. Or maybe even if you have some tips of your own that can be successful, let us know and share with the community.
Yes. 2022 is about becoming economically reasonable. Sound good, right? Them big words make stuff just sound good. So once again, hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And as always, keep moving up with the Miclettes.